Glorious salutations, one and all. You better believe we're back in Roadwarden. Now, if you're following the channel, you already know this, but I might as well say it here. If you're liking this series, I want you to know I'm not giving up on it. We're not bending the knee to too many good games. That's got to get played. We're not going to bend the knee. I am going to finish this. It's just this one's kind of set down on a Sunday showing, a nice little cozy Sunday afternoon, where I can get to the weekend after doing a week's worth of work. I'm already scrambled. We're already scrambled. Anyway, yeah, I always record this on a Saturday. I get home, I have a nice, enjoyable cup of cocoa or something like that. Now that the weather's kind of chilly, sit back and have a nice storybook adventure in the Roadwarden, and then I post it right after that on Sunday. So don't worry, we're gonna finish it all in due time. All in due time. That is my promise to all of my faithful subjects out there. Anyway, last time we made it to this boneyard, the city of the Necros, I guess, where they've been. It looks like they've been buying a whole bunch of. Oh, I forget what this. What was that word? What was that word last time? It was like the scarp. the scarp house, the lord of the land, and something horrible befell of this town, and they do not really trust the outsiders, and they've had to resort to necromancy of some sort to bring the dead back to life, and it seems like the rituals are pretty taxing on the people in order to keep this alive. We kind of saw that at nighttime, a little tidbit of it. But they're doing that in order to get labor force, in order to survive, and they have these. The zombies are not something to be feared, they're more so a tool that the town is using to keep alive. Very interesting, a little bit of a twist there. I always thought we were going to be just dealing with undead and having to burn corpses and stuff like that, but it turns out it's not so bad. Anyway, a group of children. They're sitting in a circle being taught by a teenager how to carve in bone. They're skinny, and one of them is sobbing. Well, that sounds bad, but they gotta grow up sometime. He meets your eyes, waiting for you to speak. We don't really need to talk to this guy, I guess. We just want to head out. Okay. Travel. So we've done everything we really need to in this area. We're heading down this way. We need to go to the Old Pagos again to deliver some messages, check up on people. We also wanted to go down to the Howler's Dell to buy equipment to hunt the bird that's back up here at Foggy Lake. And possibly get some more money. And such. So we're going to go in this direction. If I remember correctly, we bought something to get past this fjord. But I don't know if I have to click on the fjord, because we've never technically passed through it. Like, if I click here, is it going to go all the way down this way? No, that's going to be 9 hours. Okay. But maybe I should click on the fjord just to see what happens. Now that we have the insect repellent. Let's do it. As you ride past the fields, one of the local farmers enters the road. Oh, this is still in the city. Gesturing you to stop, he's holding a rusty sickle and carries a basket on his back, filled with various weeds and a shopped club. His patched, worn tunic is neglected, but fitting for a farmer. The lean years left his face skinny and his teeth crooked, but his sad eyes hold heartwarming kindness.
Hello there, Warden.
He has a thick local accent.
I've been wondering just now. There's a small matter, you see. Do you know how to read?
I'm afraid not. Wait, it's no or no. We can't read? What have I been doing this whole time? No.
I see.
He gives you a sad smile.
But still, you've a horse, I mean?
He raises his eyes as if to make it clear he's aware that you're sitting in a saddle.
It is. You ride places. Give me a few moments, yes?
Without waiting for your response, he runs to the village and returns to you with a small sack in his hands.
How about you take it to someone smart?
He unwraps the package and reveals a large wax tablet made of bone.
Tis a letter from someone I care about, but I'm not sure what it says. I'll give you a coin once you read it to me.
You take the tablet from his open palm. It's fancy, unlike the wooden ones. On its back, you find an engraving portraying a large, furry beast.
Made for Troll's hip,
the farmer says proudly. That's a pretty tablet. Why do you need my help? He frowns that the answer is obvious.
No merchants come here these days, and no missionaries. and we don't need the rain around here.
But you do have a priest in the village. He looks at the gate as if he just realized you're right.
I asked him.
His tone is cold.
But he was no help. Said the letters are blurry. They look fine to me.
Well, that's a pretty tablet. He puts his hands on his sides. His smile is filled with pride.
Did it myself. With cold nights and a little iron. It takes thinking to keep your hands busy.
All right, fine. I'll see you soon. He waves to you and steps away, clearing the path. I'll wait for you with the coin I promised. Oh, wait, he said that.
I'll wait for you with the coin I promised.
I'm ready to further the journey. Travel. Back to the fjord. I don't think we need to go to the garden. To the fjords. Speaking of fjords, anybody been to Norway? My God. That country is gorgeous. If you haven't been to Norway, you need to go there, and I highly recommend. Like when I was first planning to go to Norway, and I was thinking, how I could take the train around, and I want to get up to this place called Grandeur because it's a beautiful fjord there. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. If you're going to Norway and you're a little bit nervous about this, trust me, it's worth it. Rent a car. Rent a car in Oslo. Drive up to Lillehammer. Enjoy that beautiful, beautiful town. Then head all the way to Grandeur. Come back down. Drive back down. You can take a little car ferry. Go down to, what's it called? Flam. Maybe stay in Ireland a little bit. And then you make the trip back to Oslo. Drop the car off. It's like $300-400. And this isn't Canadian. In order to like rent a car for that whole trip. And you can, the drive in Norway is all the beauty. It's worth it. Like, trust me. Anyway, I'm getting way too sidetracked because I saw the word fjord. That happens. My brain is a scrambled egg. You ride slowly as you notice unusual movement at the top of the crag. A large bird, not a bird again, is sitting among the rocks like you're its next dinner. We've dealt with jumbo giant like ostrich birds. We've dealt with the mad duck that quacks at midnight. And now we're dealing with this other weird one that wants to eat us. You're standing on the northern bank. It's time to test the ointment I carry in my bundles. I don't care, just hurry, Gordon. Yeah, we got to try this. You open the ointment, getting hit by the unappetizing scent of lavender, mint, and basil. You apply a thin layer of balm to your open skin, as well as a few spreads out spots on Gordon. You hope the smell won't stay for long. You carry on. The swarm notices you right away, gliding at you like a dark boulder. But before you collide with it, it shatters, forming a tunnel in the middle. Through buzzing even louder than before, a few extraordinarily resilient gnats still sit on your horse's back, so you try to throw them off. Riding through this path should be much easier from now on. Let's go worth the money. So is that gonna like cut down the time? Why is all these things black? You can't get here before nightfall. The creepers blocked the way. Wait, every time we go to this village, we gotta go to this guy and get permission by giving him some like seeds? Disgusting. All right. So when we clicked on, I think it's shortened the time because before this said like 4 hours to get to, but now it's an hour 15 plus. It probably took like 2 hours to get here, so I think we shaved off like an hour of travel time by doing that. I don't know. I don't know these things. The Western Crossroads. Well, we want to go right to Old Pagos. I hope we're going to be able to do this before nightfall. You reach the bottom of the hill, and fortunately, the pebbler is already there. It's wandering about slowly, sniffing the ground and the nearby bushes. It stops once it notices your look. Facing it in a fight would end badly. I return the crossroads. Oh, crap, that thing is there. Right, we got to go earlier in the day, I think. But to be honest, I don't really know. I don't think we need to look at all this kind of stuff. We just got to travel. We'll head down to Howler's Dell. See what we can get done here. Probably spend the night, then hit Old Pagos on the way back. It's flawless. We can't be foiled. Alright, you ride through the open gate and swiftly dismount. Some of the locals greet you politely. We know this kind of stuff. Head to the stables. You step away from Gordon. His lips are thin, but he gives you the longing glance towards the bridge. I'm broke. My mount needs only some hay, water, and peace. We're not broke. But we don't want to give him the money, because we need all our money for other things. He scowls at you, but points at an empty bucket and steps away. I fill the trough with water from the creek and make sure Gordon is comfortable. Sorry, buddy. Timo is still looking for a match. If I want to place a bronze rod on one of these watchtowers, I need to first ask for permission. Okay. It's too late to ask about work. I'll go to the main square. I don't think we want to do the tailoring. We could repair our armor a little bit. Wait, I wanna wash myself. Wasn't there like a was there what's it called? A well? I don't know why it took me so long to summon the word well into my frontal lobe. Let's go to the trader. Ooh, Thrices has a rather unusual request for you about the potion. I'm being bothered by the howlers. Anything to plug my ears? Let's check what he has for sale. A new battle axe. We need this lantern, I think, to traverse the mines. So I definitely want to pick that up. None of this looks like it's going to help us for the bird, unless it's a new battle axe. But we're not supposed to kill the thing. Funny. Was I lied to? I bring goods to sell? Surprise me. A golem rod? We don't want to sell those. The troll bone tablet. Wait, what the hell am I doing with this? Wait a minute. I've already forgotten. What the hell are we doing with that? Quests. We've only completed 2 things. Support Housdale. This she wants us to spy. Read the letter. He wants me to find someone who could read its contents. I bet you the druids might be able to. He told me I could find help among the followers of the right. Isn't the followers of the right in the north village that we haven't been to yet, like the fishing place? Okay. How do I read it? Where's my inventory? I just want to look at it. Wax tablet in the previous card bones depicted the bug of massive furry troll. Alright. Alright, we can show it to people, I guess, but we don't want to sell it. I thought someone would want this old blanket. Oh, we gotta plant the Eudocia sapling. I almost forgot about that. I'm happy I opened up this menu. Alright, the rest has a rather unusual request. The who? He leans forward, but even after you repeat that name, you're asked to explain who you are talking about. Oh, that one, the plant mage. He waves his fingers, mimicking the movements of vines. He sells us mushrooms every now and then. Good for visions. So what does he want? You share the story briefly, but his puzzled grimace makes it clear it won't be easy. I do not look for druids' chests. It's Elpis who you need to talk to. But knowing her, she will nae give away a magic wand. Or old or nae, toy or nae. About the potion. Don't bother me, she already left me in the woods. Treat my girl softly. Oh, I think she's gonna die. Oopsies. Look, it's tough being a warden. A lot of people need help. I'm being bothered by howlers. You can avoid him, I guess. With a raised eyebrow, he reaches for a yellow candle and plays with it with his long fingers. You know they eat plants, nae meat. Should nae be too dangerous? For a warden with a mount, lend me your axe. He cuts off a few chunks of wax, removes the wick, and gives them to you. Here, roll these in your hands, warm them up, make a shape you want. We got that for free? I wonder if we weren't a warrior, if we were like a different class from the beginning. Would we still be able to get these for free? Alright. I really want to buy this. That's $4. We gotta go for it. We gotta go for that. Okay, nothing, I'll walk away. The innkeeper. We don't need any rations. We have food for days. Or maybe our food's going bad, actually. Hold on a second. Can food spoil? Roast fish. They spoil slowly. This one might spoil. I think we just gotta eat. Yes. Ooh, based on a thick herbal sauce. Based on yogurt. That would be lovely if we could somehow do that, but we're gonna just eat the fish. Alright. So he's not helping us. He's not helping. We do gotta talk to the mayor. Let's go to Elpis first. She's not willing to speak about Erastus. Tell me about your faith. Why do you speak for the entire group? Thyresus has a message for you. She listens to your tale without so much as a frown, and before she utters her first word, the other druids step away. His request, if real, would be understandable, but I will give I will nae give away my neighbor's possessions to an outsider, especially for nothing in return. I need to know you deserve this type of gesture, either because of my own trust or of vengeance. She doesn't trust me enough. Alright, this is the guy that, like, left his tools or something like that, and he was pissed off at the druids for all the crazy things they were doing, the culty stuff. Why do you speak for the entire group? She steps away, tilting her staff to where... I don't know why my voice just shifted from, like, insane man to calm and collective. She steps away, tilting her staff towards the other druids, who look at you gently.
That's the master among us. I've answered for our neighbours and I know how to guide them. That's all. For now, I'm trusted, but I'm nae above anyone, and I take upon myself the burdens of daily life from the shoulders of the elders. One day my soul will get cloudier and ever lost in madness, like my mother's before me. Then my lips will be sealed, and a better shall will take my place.
Jesus, woman. You can't tell if her eyes show sadness or relief. Tell me about your faith. I don't know, she's very aggressive. We're gonna quick save. Tell me about your faith. Right's followers have their tablets. How about you? For a moment you think she's not sure how to answer, but you then realize that she's humming to herself silently. She raises her hand and gestures for you to look around. The world of her ancestors was nae the same as the ones we see. They had their truth, we have ours. Stories come from humans, the animals think nathing of them, yet prosper. Let's change the topic. You are speaking of things that are much beyond the mind of old Reginald Stoutworthy. Timo is still looking for match. Okay, we can't really do anything here. Hold on, wait, I'll get a phone call. Wait, give me a sec. Bastard hung up on me. Alright. We see this is a crying boy. We don't care about the crying boy. Let him learn the difficulties of life. Let's go to Bayan, the tailor. She's using a stick and a piece of charcoal to measure some shapes on a linen cloth. Any idea who could have left this rawhide behind? I found it at the northern road. Bring it close, but do keep it away from my fabrics. After a minute of examination, she tells you to take it away. Very sloppy. Those from creeks do nae know what they're doing. We would nae buy it, nae doubt. So it's from the creeks. I think that's the village we haven't visited yet, and it makes sense if it's from up there. Let's talk about fancy clothes again. Each outfit includes shoes, pants, belt, and jewelry. How the hell do people have $37 in this game? I have one, and we have been struggling. We have been struggling, and we're like 20 days in or something like that. We're like halfway done. How the hell do people have this? That's insane. I need your services. We gotta find our own silk. Your outfit needs no work. They can patch up the armor. That could be nice, but I think we're fine. We got no money because we bought a freaking lantern. Okay, I go to the main square. Let's try and get the mayor out here. Right. I don't know if I want to show her the trollbone tablet. She's not someone... This isn't a right village. Do you know Eudocia the Enchantress? I'd like to hang this rod on a watchtower for her. You let her weigh a rod in her hand. It's empty, she says. What is it for? I don't know, some sort of magic, I assume. It tracks rain and winds. She's trying to learn if the entire peninsula has the same weather at all times. It's meant to help her golems cover long distances without going crazy. I think if I'm honest, these people like honesty. So if I get caught in the lie, it's going to be bad. This would be good. I don't like this village. This could be clear. I don't like this village. I don't trust him at all. What is our... Do we have like a lying skill? Or is it a character sheet? The scrolling doesn't work. There we go. Okay, now it's working. We have a horrible appearance. You lose claims when you sleep or engage in sobriety. You can wash yourself. Does it... Your influence on others, as well as prices in shops. Oh no, I probably paid a premium. Because I'm ugly. Combat experience, slight. Spared animals, some. Faith is undetermined. Lies, hardly any. So we're probably not going to be able to lie. But it could give us experience lying. Maybe we try and say, I don't know. I don't know. Well, that's a lot of trust. You want me to invest into something? Maybe another... I don't know, Traveler. Not only do you want me to trust you, but also a crazy witch. She spends a few long breaths in silence, rolling the piece of bronze and tablet. I wait for a decision. I can't know if it's some nasty trick. If you want to have my permission to do your magical experiments, I need to know I can trust you. Alright. I bring news about other places. I don't want to spy for her. But we need to get these rods up and running. I don't think this is going to be too bad. Like, there's only 2 people there, and they plan to return to Hovland before the fall. That's nothing bad, you know? That's not going to get people killed. Since they cleared that camp of brigands, they went so quiet, I almost forgot about them. She rubs her chin with a thumb. I'm surprised they've managed to stay alive till this day. Sending such an inexperienced group here shows that the officials misjudged this land. That's all I have to say. She smiles widely. So about those rods... I don't know if I want to show her the tablet, but maybe she can help. Maybe I misjudge her. Pretty. She taps the carving on the back. You sure you don't want to leave it with Akakios for a few bones? She glances at the letters and puts the tablet inside. It's just some farewell letter written to Valens. His husband says he couldn't stand this nightmarish village and that he met someone else during his hunting trip. It ends with, we will start a new family. Goodbye. No signature. Ow. Oh, no. Oh no, that poor farmer. Well, thanks for your time. That is brutal. I go to the main square. I could have sworn there was a well here somewhere. I want to clean. Okay, travel. Are we going to be able to make it down here? And then we can sleep in the pelt to the north. We should be fine. We should be fine. I don't know if I want to go back to this tree right yet. Let's go to the ruins. We gotta plant a tree and check out our fish. I consider... Let's see if the fish trap had any luck. We got 2 fishy boys. Let's go. Yeah, put that fish trap back. Wash yourself. I wash my shell. Ooh. It's gonna take us exactly... We gotta go right here. And then we can do this on the way back. I don't think we're gonna have time to plant it. And... Yeah. It's the pelt to the north. We cut it close. 0 hours before dusk. Lights are a promising refuge. The guards have bows and spears in their hands, and some rush to the gate only to close it right after you ride inside. Bored with life, Roadwarden? One of them grumbles. Can't you notice it's almost dark? Oh, I most certainly did. I get off my horse and enter the inn. Oh, this guy's still here. Hey, Barrows. See you later. I go, here's the well. Ah, alright. The guards are currently on watch. They won't talk to me. Okay, we'll go to the inn. Let's talk to the innkeeper. Let's see. Oh, I have more fish to sell. I wonder if it's better just to sell the fish at this point. I think he gives us like 1 gold for it. But we don't need food. You sold 2 fish for 1 gold. Well, you know, we'll take it. We'll take it. Show me your wares. An elk's fur. I wonder if to make money in this game, you have to like buy this and then bring it up to the north and sell it for like double price, and then you can really make some juicy jumbo gold. Do I have anything you'd like to buy? I pack my things. About Glockia's band. I'm on it. He wants me to get answer from the mayor. I like these guys. They gamble with me. I like to ask about somebody. What was his name? Valens? Is the farmer from White Marshes? I have had a job for his husband. What's his face? No matter, he failed. Joined my crew on the trip for pelts, returned with no eye and no left arm? Taught me a lesson about hiring mercenaries. Anyway, he then paid us for delivering a letter to this Valens, you said, and left south. Told me he won't be another burden for his tribe. Holy crap, we actually found stuff out. So this guy... This guy's husband, Valen's husband, joined their crew and he failed, got destroyed, no left arm, no eye, and then he paid them to deliver the letter, and he went south. I wonder if this is going to give us more trust with the village because we kind of went the extra mile. That's kind of cool. We learned about a couple new people. Humans. Eudocia. Let's learn about Eudocia. Eudocia. Can I remember that? How about Eudocia? He's done it. Oh, Eudocia is crazy. She lives in a lonely house all by herself, skinny and dirty like a corpse eater, surrounded by golems. Never smiles, never cries, one of those. She never leaves her home, and if you see it from far away, it looks abandoned. A few times a year, people travel to her and trade barrels of food for magical items. Okay, okay. Who else have we learned about these days? Foggy! Foggy's gonna be a good one. I bet you that's part of the mercenary band that they helped with. You mean Foggy the Tavern Keeper, I assume. You'll find her on the northern road, far from here. Truth be told, I don't know much about her. Tavern and inn owners don't have many opportunities to see each other, he chuckles. But she's a fun one. Drinks a lot, makes feasts, ain't as scared as beasts as most people. Looks like there's some good coin to be made in her scrap on the peninsula. He looks away. Who'd have guessed? Or maybe she just has a nose for coin. Alright. Is that Eason? Yeah, I'm guessing it's Eason, not Layson. He was in need of hard drinks and healing potions. He's stiff like a Brune. Oh, this is the man in charge of the Pelt of the North. We're talking to him right now, I think. What were those people? There's people that we were like trying to get information on. Was it Dally? No, we were trying to get information for Dally about two possible recruits. I can't remember who they were. I don't think it was any of these people though. Tulia? She's more efficient when she has someone to order her around. Okay, we already talked about Tulia. He left the village when he realized he was seen by everyone as an outsider. Let's talk about this guy. Thyrusus. Thyrusus. The Peat Mage taught by druids of Howlers. He may be a loon, but knows enough about herbs to help with some gentler ills. I haven't spoke with him myself. He never leaves the bogs, especially since he moved away from the walls of White Marshes. You ask why he lives by himself, but the innkeeper scratches his ear. He got into some arguments with the priest. Some death in the family, I think, and he refused to put the others at risk. I don't know, it sounds personal. Oh, interesting. Death in the family. So something happened when he was working with the druids, and that's why he, like, swears off him. He left as soon as he could. Interesting. I bet you it's something to do with sacrifices. A death in the family. One of his family members was forced to sacrifice themselves to, like, the blood tree in order for them to have prosperity. And he was like, I'm out. I'm out of this. That's gotta be it. But I am known to be wrong. What about... I can't remember their name, and I don't know if it's listed here. According to Ellie, Foggy cares about the... There was the man... Was it Orentius? No. I do want to talk about him, though. Orentius. How about... Orentius? He avoids her eyes, thinking about the answer for a good few breaths. I shouldn't talk about Orentius, and you won't have a chance to meet with him anyway. Ever since he leads White Marshes, only the trusted allies of the village can hear his teachings. He lets out a quiet grunt, almost a chuckle. I'm not sure how he got so beloved in the first place. He's greater in thought than he is in heart. Not a people person, you know? Okay, I want to talk about the person who is with Foggy and what was like giving us the future, was telling the future, and I don't know how to figure that out. I think I have to go through the, is it the archive? I may have to go through the archive and go all the way back up. No, it's only going to be it doesn't give everything. Damn, what was it? Okay, I'm going to find the name. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I got it. Caius. Caius was the person's name. How about Caius? C-A-I-U-S. He pauses. Caius, that's Tulia's soldier who lost his hand, right? He waits for your confirmation. He asked me for work, but was speaking like a madman. I lent him a bed, and after a long sleep and a good meal, he was still of no worth to us, and I don't run a house for hobos. Told him to go north, but when he went east and said, I'm surprised he's not dead. but have no clue why Foggy would keep him around. So he used to be working with Tulia. Interesting. Okay, I think that's everybody I want to talk about that I can think of. It might be a while before we come back to this place, so we want to try and get all of that done. He nods. Show me your wares. All right, it's just this crap. All right. That's all I need. The guards are currently on watch. Oh, we gotta sleep. That's right. I thought it was morning. This might be worth it. We need gold, but I think this might be worth it. Yeah, because I think we're gonna have to go and fight this bird without the tools. The small room is quiet and far away from one. Okay, I think that's fine. I want to go outside. The armor is nowhere in sight. I approach the guards. Hey. About the hunters you wanted me to recruit, I'd like to put this rod on your watchtower for Eudocia, the enchantress. She moves closer to her face, observing with her wide eyes. Is this some sort of magic thing? After you reassure her where she pauses, I mean, if it's nothing dangerous, fine. I'll tie it somewhere during my watch. Don't you worry. Oh, hell yeah! About the hunters you wanted me to recruit. I could still learn more about Erastus, and I need to learn more about Cassia. Erastus and Cassia, they're not in my journal list, are they? They're not. Is there like another place aside from my notes? I do not want to look at my notes. I don't want to look at those. They just make me sad. Alright, Cassia and Erastus. Can I just ask this guy about him? Cassius and Erastus. Where do I gotta go? Cassius and Erastus. She looks up, twirling her hair as she thinks. I'm sorry, who? Foggy's son. She gives you a beaming smile. Ah, so that's his name. His accent is so thick I kind of misheard it. Forgive me. How's he doing? You gossip about the man and his companion, and a couple of the hunters join your conversation, asking about the Eastern Road, the tavern, and the traveling in general. A couple of good minutes is spent on discussing fashions in creeks. Some of the hunters regret not being used to wearing leather and furs, while others are convinced that linen is more convenient. And if you're cold, just put on a cloak, says a woman with a bandage on her neck. After some time, the guards walk away, leaving you with Dali and the napping boar. I think we got some bond points there. We got 1 gold left. We gotta throw some axes. How about some axe throwing? Let's go! Oh, quick save. Let's go. We're making bank. You're gonna get wrecked, Dally. Anyway. About the goblins. It's still $10? Get out of here. Okay, so who are these people? Erastus and Cassia. Erastus and Cassia. You, sir. I've probably already did this in a previous one. Erastus. Okay, so he's not going to give us. He talks about both of them there, so I'm guessing we're not going to get anything new. Okay, I think we're all done here. $7. Come on, it'll be fun. Ilan told me you love to talk about beasts. She giggles.
Don't you say such a thing. It makes me sound like an old lady. I'm still a hunter, not a chalker. Wink, wink. Fine.
5. You bastard, I don't have 5.
How do people get money in this game? I walk away. Maybe I gotta kill the duck that quacks at midnight. I go to the well. We're already cleaned up. We gotta travel. Alright, we want to go to the ruins. We want to plant something here and see if it grows into something remarkable. Let's see if the fish trap. What? What? Did we just get 3 fish in a day? Holy shit. Set that up.
You need to look for worms again, but at least sealing the lid takes only a moment. I return to the barren fields in the southwest. I use the weird sapling to sense if there's pneuma buried in this place. You remove the linen sack and shake off the soil from the roots, then dig a hole and plant the sapling in the middle of the field. Just to be sure, you don't water it. All you can do now is wait, so you brush Gordon for a bit and make sure the sow doesn't bother it. When you return, the plant is dark from sickness, dried up, withered. The field must have been corrupted. Though seeing how there are already some plants growing from it, the spell is fading away. The curse is most likely as old as the last harvest. Very interesting. I remember there was like tools in here. I guess we can't get them though. Do we want to go, while we're here, do we want to go back here and tell them about the runes? Who did we have to figure out about the runes? Quests. Ruined village. I heard the village was destroyed. This event ended. The people of White Marshes started to isolate themselves. Chop through a fence. They talk about Thyrsis here. Eudocia left old Pagos. Newcomers arrived at the Pelt. Oh, it occurred at the same time. Why do we have to do this? Was there somebody that needed this information? It may be important to figure out what happened here if I could ever be re-inhabited. So I guess this is just like our own kind of quest if we can rebuild this village by figuring out the problem and curing it, maybe. Which would be cool. I would love to have like a little town to build. Oh, right. We got sick when we used to explore in this village. So the land was cursed. Who would have the ability to curse land with this kind of magic? There was the enchantress is able to use the pneuma, if I remember correctly. That the ex-druid guy, I think, can do something with a pneuma, right? He has all those like weird like he doesn't need his wand they were talking about to control the pneuma. I guess pneuma is just magic in general, so they all probably do. Like the druids probably do it too. My best guess though is it's the druids. My best guess, because they have like knowledge of the land and stuff, and that town is flourishing too well. It's still a huge red flag. Okay. Let's... I guess we can stop off at the old druid place. The family of deer you met some days ago have returned to the pond, this time accompanied by more members of their pack. One buck towers all over the other. The antlers are as large as your palfrey. Takes a few steps towards you, shaking its head. You better stay where you are. You observe their curious, lazy glances while the adults quench their thirst. The young ones are playing in the tall grasses or basking in the middle of the road. It takes quite a few minutes before the large beast orders the others to head back into the woods. Its bellow is like a falling boulder. Stupid beasts! I wait a few minutes patiently. We don't need to get all nasty at the beasts. They're just living their lives. That's what I was hoping for. More freaking rods. I still don't know how to address you. I thought it would be like elder. Eudocia, the enchantress, has asked me to place these bronze rods across the peninsula. I should be done in about half an hour. Then closes his eyes and bites it gently. When he returns it, he seems unconvinced. I sense a spirit in it, but I'm nay one who can tell who's behind it. How can I be sure? You explain what you know about the nature of the rods, but he changes the topic to Eudocia herself. Another minute passes by before he accepts that you indeed know her. Fine. I'll ask for a story next time I see her. Go, but away from the spring. Don't break your neck. Even a child could get to the higher parts of such a rugged cliff, though you have no reason to expect all the loose rocks to be cleared. I take off my armor and put away my weapons and bags. The bronze rod is attached to your back by a cord. Oh crap, we're mountain climbing. As you place your feet and hands on the rocks, you realize that you have to move slowly, maintaining your balance, pushing away small and large pebbles, making sure that the wall doesn't collapse under your feet. The rocks are coarse, supporting your grasp, and you rarely find a sharp spot. The climb resembles a nice summer walk, though your muscles are not prepared for such movements. You find the perfect spot, a small crack between two massive rocks. You use the rod to broaden it just a bit, then push it halfway in and fill the gaps with a rag. Doing it with one hand makes you dizzy, but not for long. I take a short break to catch a second breath. Let's go. Climbing down is easier. Alright, the druid gives you a shining rod, gives the shining rod a pouty look. He managed to do it. You were Thyrsis' teacher, am I right? With a loud sigh, he looks away. He's still around. Glad to hear that. His voice carries pain, but also carries on. You catch a hint of shame. He carries many good tales of our shared time, I expect. He claims your tribe was forcing him to follow pagan teachings, but at least you were a good teacher. I'm going to be upfront and honest with this guy. I don't think there's a reason to lie aside from experience. His shoulders drop. I was nae there to protect him, and my neighbors treated him poorly. One night he just left all by himself. Yet he reached his home. Despite the threats of the bogs, his Numa carries great potential, though from what I've heard, his soul is still maturing. His eyes look even brighter than usual, but his voice grows stronger. If you plan to see him again, tell him I'm sorry. Nay, just for my daughter, or for that violent day. I'm sorry I failed him.
What happened on the violent day?
I know how to your teacher. You don't understand the force. You're as deaf as these rocks. Damn it. Damn you. Okay, well, at least we got something good there. We got the rod set up. We might as well take a pit stop here, right? See what's going on with the tree. I'm not giving it any more blood. Okay, I think it's just more... Yeah. We walk away. Travel. We'll head back to Howler's Dell. There might be time to do some work. You approach them to get in the swiftly dismounted guard. Hello, stranger. What news do you bring? We gossip for a bit. Okay, I enter the village. My mountain needs only some hay and water. I offer my services to guards. I think we are on a time limit, I think, to get this this bird quest done. But we got to take every chance we get. And I think if we try to head back to Old Pagos, it might take us too long, and we're gonna get stuck along the way by that dang wildebeest or the bird in the way. Let's do some work. We'll get $2. This task will take you about half a day, and it may get dangerous. Let's do it. Not bad, not bad. We only lost a little bit of cleanliness. It turns out you don't have much to do. You get your job done quickly with little difficulty. That's awesome. Awesome. Do you have anything new? No. How about Bion? No, I don't need your services. Go to the main square. I bring goods to sell. Do you want my fish? What do you have for sale? I don't want any of that. Well, I do. How about you? I've got another fish to sell, but didn't these guys... Didn't these guys screw me with the fish? I can't remember. I can't remember. If it was 2 fish for 1. I can give you 1 healthy meal for each one. You know what? Take... We have a lot of meals. We have a lot of meals, but it's 2 fish for 1 gold, so I could make a meal out of 1. I wonder if other people will buy the fish. Like if we take the fish, Wait, it's a fishing village. Okay, hold on. I gotta think. They do not need food. I remember, like, she's making meals like crazy, so she doesn't need food. There's a fishing village up here, so they're not gonna buy fish. They might, but we can't... Oh, we can get there now. Okay, maybe we want a pit stop here. We gotta deliver the mission, and maybe we can sell some fish to them. Okay, we're gonna hold on to the fish, or maybe we can give fish to Old Pagos, just like free meals. Okay. Alright. I gotta think about it. Alright, thanks. Anything more for the mayor? Nope. I'm just gonna waste her time. Okay, I leave the square. Nothing else for us to do here. We're gonna do a quick save. Let's travel. We gotta be careful we don't get caught out at nighttime. We might be able to sleep at the monastery in the worst case. Wait. No, it doesn't say it's a sleep spot. In the worst case scenario, we can return to Howler's Dell if it's too late to get here. You can't get here while the creepers block the way. Wait a minute. Oh, maybe I was just looking at the map before, not actually traveling. Oh, you filthy bastards. Okay, Old Pagos. Oh, damn it. The pebbler is already there. I forget how to do this. Maybe it has to be really early morning. We gotta get to this. We gotta get there. Are we able to... I don't think we can even travel past it. Alright. In that case, we might as well maybe check out the rock slide, spend the night at Howler's Dell and go early morning. I could probably return down to here, sell the fish. We can get through here now. I really want to go through the old tunnel. Okay, let's just I can't remember. Hold on a second. I'm gonna research it because I can't remember if this is something we have to do in the morning time or if it's just like a random thing, because I don't want to end up wasting this day. We're actually losing time. So I want to check this out. Give me a second. All right. I didn't really find out the answer. I just wanted to see if it was a morning thing, but then as I started looking, I felt, this might be getting spoiler. I could risk spoilers, so I just stopped. I'm going to go with my gut feeling. And we're going to wait till tomorrow and try it again. And see what happens. Let's go to the rock slide, see if anything new has happened here. Probably not. Yeah, all I can do is turn back. Okay. I guess we can go in and talk to this guy. Maybe we can put a rod here? Hell yes! Hell yes. Have you ever met Erastus? Now, I remember him trading with my neighbor once or twice, but I've never spoke with him. A bit of a wimp. Do you know Eudocia the Enchantress? You unpack the rod, and I know Eudocia. She always does aught weird. She was a quiet kid, but a smart one. Never tried to steal my milk. He hands it back to you and puts on an unpleasant smirk. But I'm doing not for free. Let me guess. Bring me 4 rations, some tasty ones. My people won't be happy that I'm doing favors for the centers I don't... clears. Door of the scene. Look, I better get strong before I start making excuses, no? Here's the food you asked for. We got food for days, and we're gonna go cook those fish, I think. Leave it to me. Shove it into a crack with 1 or 2 cords. It will resist rain, frost, and fogs. About your duty. Don't you miss fresh worm food? Rations lose their charm quickly. I need to pay him at least 17 coins. That's disgusting. At least 15 coins. That's still disgusting. Alright, travel. Okay, that was productive. Okay, we did that. Time to go back to Howler's Dell, I think, and take a nap. And maybe cook some of that fish. Before it goes bad. Let's go... Well, how much food do we have left? Probably like 2, is it? Yeah, we only have 2 rations and a bunch of wild plants. But we're gonna need that, I think, to get back to the zombie world. I go to the main square. Go to the innkeeper. I've got some more fish. Give me 3. Awesome. Let's see. I don't think there's anything else for us to do here. I can't clean myself. Alright. Oh, maybe they have something new. No, okay, we're gonna sleep. We're sleeping. $2? Absolutely not. We're gonna just get a little bit dirty. Alright. Trader's not around. We're gonna eat some food. Leave the square. Travel. Oh, I really want to do that, but we're not. We're gonna try and get back to here. Old Pagos, let's go. Oh, the peddler's nowhere in sight. There's a sizable amount of fruits and leaves it may chew on, so it may return any day now. If it craves what this place has to offer so much, I should just get rid of its food. It may take me an hour or 2, but at least... Yeah. Yeah, just take its food. You prepare all your tools, especially your thick protective gloves, and tether Gordon to one of the younger trees. It's not an easy task. You spend about an hour cutting down twigs, shaking off the fruits of the thinner branches, picking them by hand, and hitting them with a stick. Your rope helps you stay secure, and the first few minutes of climbing is closer to fun than work. But the longer it takes, the more tired you become. You take a break to eat a bunch of plums and apples. Though there are not that many juicy or sweet ones left. The beast knew which ones to choose. You're standing on a carpet of browns and greens with some hints of reds and purples. You drag some of the thicker branches to the side to make riding forwards easier. But the earthworms and boars are going to have a feast. Let's hope the peddler is picky enough to ignore all the mess on the ground. Did we just banish this thing for good? That is not how I expected it to go down, but that works. Okay. Oh, we've been to many settlements, but that's not really a lie, is it? She gives you a long look. Healthy still? Good? I tell them about the druid's plan. Eudocia, the enchantress from the east, wants to know if... Yeah, we want to know if they're okay. A long, uncomfortable silence. She's too late. They were asking for their daughter in the nightmares before the illness took away their tongues. We burned both of them on the same day if it means aught to her. She looks down. Tell her I'm sorry for her loss. I hope she found the peace she was looking for. So that was her parents. Ooh. Ooh, that's rough. Okay, I tell them about the druid's plan. I may know a way to help you with the plague, you begin. Even before you end your story, various voices interrupt you with all sorts of queries, which results in a long and chaotic conversation. As their enthusiasm rises, more people approach the gate, chiming in with their doubts and asking for things that have already been explained. Through the hole in the gate, you see a swarm of shifting faces and clothes. It's understandable that they're worried. I try to tell them everything I know. This is a waste of time. No, we try and just give them everything we can. The locals spend most of the time arguing with each other about hope, desperation, doubt, and distrust. You're even accused of trying to manipulate desperate souls. Reaching to the point where you can move on takes you a good few minutes. There isn't much you can do from here, but as I've said, awakening the altar requires Numa. If you've something I could use as a sacrifice, it will be a huge help. With one soul speaking at a time, when Tertia addresses you, there's sadness in her eyes. There are no enchanters here, Warden. All the magic potions we had were used to fight the plague, and my neighbors don't want to give away our last treasure to someone they don't trust. I can't make this decision for them. You'd rather keep some treasure than save your lives? I still don't trust these druids. People on the other side of the wall fall silent. The woman observes you with reluctance. It's not the way we do stuff. We won't turn ourselves into mindless beasts. Yeah. I don't want to lie about this. But why not? Like this could give them some peace of mind, and we are doing this. I don't know why this is really a lie. I guess we haven't visited all the places yet. Might as well try it. It's going to level up our lying skill, and I think it could be a good thing. Thank you, Warren. She bows her head. I'll ask the council to rethink our isolation. With the gates and doors of our neighbors closed, we could start seeking food after all. Maybe even send... That's not what I wanted! That's not what I wanted! Well, we've just unleashed the plague. Jesus. That is not what you should be doing. Let's stop off at the monastery. Might as well. I'm sure we can put a rod here. That's what I'm talking about. Rod me. You brought our magic here? He steps back while Decima turns towards you and reaches behind her back with one hand. Ali's voice is close to a shout. Take it away before you put all of us at danger. Calm down, it's just a piece of bronze. His pale face starts turning red. The echo adds a thunder to his words. You're not asked for your thoughts. You think yourself a judge after you put your trust in that witch. He points at you with a bandaged finger. She's a beast in clothes. Its claws will tear away thy head. Well, that's a little concerning. What do you know of the necromancers? He rubs the liver spots on his forehead with a bandaged hand, looking at one eye. This and that. I saw the ritual. He strengthens his weak spells with blood magic. That would clarify some doubts. His tribe was always weak on Numa, but from that thou sayest, he's not a sorcerer but a madman. He finally looks back at his companions. His voice grows stronger, and we'll need to take it to our prelate. I don't know. I'm like betraying everybody left, right, and center now. I'm going to quickly go through this. I'm not going to read it all. I'm going to kind of just skim it because I think this is just going to be filler, but there could be some like tidbits of information that allow us to do further conversations in the future. So yes. Okay, okay. What can you tell me about the order? Okay. So old Pagos feeds them. An old woman without her hood, she leads for walking. Okay. Does this place have a leader? He crosses his arm and takes a look at the cave mouth behind him. If our prelate was willing to see thee, they'd let us know. I'm willing to prove I'm trustworthy. We'll see. Alright, get out. How does one become a monk? We find a way. It's not wanted and stuff under the... Oh, I don't know. Abandon thy past. Throw thy pet down a cliff and pray? You don't find it into playfulness in his voice. I'm not going to throw a pet off a cliff. What is wrong with you people? They're like condemning blood magic and stuff like that, and they're throwing pets off cliffs? I don't care if it was just a metaphor. I'd like to learn some of your knowledge. No. He says the order protects. I don't like these people. Knowledge builds and destroys the cities. We, he points at two monks who are seeking snails among the garden patches, are responsible for what we bring from our journey. A blacksmith isn't judged by the deaths of the swords, but they unsell them to scoundrels. That's fair. I use what I learned to protect people. I'm just trying to keep myself safe. I just want to learn to protect people. And now thinkest our books and studies are going to help thee. Just keep thy shell healthy, take care of thy pet, listen to elders. Tell me about your faith. Ooh, the right is the greatest of souls, the wall of light that protects humankind. So this is all about... These people follow the right, so I'm wondering if we can get help with this tablet. I don't know if I trust the druid lady to be honest about what it was. For the first time you see true gentleness in his eyes, may these words be carried with my blood. So be it. So yeah, this guy is full religious. I follow his prayer, so be it. Yeah, we'll play along. It doesn't say lie, but we'll play along. He smiles and just interrupts. Yes. May they be written on my soul. All right. Okay, there's nothing else we can do here. So we can put a rod there, but we're not going to be able to. I wonder if we should be helping this Eudocia or whatever her name is now. Can we make it to the peat fields? I think we can get to the peat fields in time. Maybe we'll stop off here just to see if there's anything new. Yeah, let's do it. As you descend, you think of Ailey's reaction to the bronze wad. You could ignore him and take a few minutes to tie it to one of the ledges just nearby. This place is already high above the woodlands. Just in case, I look behind then get on the ground. This is the monks' land, and I should obey their laws. I don't like these monk people, but I do think I should still obey their laws. I have no idea who is good, who is bad. I think it's all gray at this point, and we're going to have to be making some big choices down the road. So I kind of don't want to make any sides just yet. And, like, do I really want this Eudocia person to be able to have, like, golems traversing the... Like, she could probably use it for good, and we could have, like, safe people delivering resources, like a freaking Amazon. I'm not talking about the jungle, I'm talking about, like, the corporate overlords. Like, she could become the Amazon of this world. But it's their choice. I obey the rod. I obey. We're going to lose a little bit of money. That's fine. As you arrive, the largest one sounds like a bark like warning at once. All of them hurry away, heading west. Well, there's many edible plants inside that aren't ready yet for picking. Okay. Oh, a few more days, all that's going to come back? Great. The creepers. Okay, we got to go to the peat fields to get this guy to open the damn creepers for us again. And I'm sure we got some news for him. Alright, alright. That's the one I wanted to talk about, the old teacher. Something needs to be done about the undead. I don't know if I think something needs to be done about it. Like, they're making do. It's a tough world. They got to do it. I tell him about Valen's situation. Let's start there. He stares in the distance towards the village. Poor thing. A fair soul with too much patience, but there's nothing I can do. After you ask him for advice, he spits on the ground. Lie, I guess. Orenthius already did. Won't be happy with you causing pain to his people, and Helvius neither, unless the hunter was lying too. I'm not gonna lie, like, if he's sitting there, like, waiting for someone important to him to come back, you gotta be up front with that. You know, let him move on. I need you to open the path. Yeah, okay, I bring a message from your old teacher. He listens to it without a word, then reaches for one of his bracelets, playing with the wooden beads. He grunts a few times and his eyes grow absent. I was happy when I got there, you know. I'm not a loafer. Was ready to learn all their ways. Back then, Priest Laurentius saw any spells coming from pagans as disgusting in Wright's eyes. His tone swings between mocking and begrudging, but I didn't let go, and the others outvoted him. Those were very different days. So they all came from Howler's Dell, that means. Right? They were all, maybe this was before Howler's Dell was a thing, like there was one big tribe, and they had a disagreement over the beliefs of it within the religion of the right. And it caused this schism. Interesting. What can you sell me? Withers the plants. That must be like to get permanent access to the place. This. I bet you we can use this to climb the mountain. I gotta buy it. Oh, we're getting it. It's a Metroidvania. I don't think something needs to be done about the undead, but I want to see where this goes. I want to see what we can talk about if we can learn something more. Like that's the one of the things of the game. It feels like we should always be exhausting as much as we can, just for knowledge's sake. Here's again, sits on the bench. Yep, but it's not a task for a warlock and city folk. You need a band, and I'll tear off your head sooner than I'd bring a threat to my tribe. You reach towards your blade, but the creepers remain idle. You're stepping into a tree and its branch. Seeing you frown, he explains. Their grasp gets tighter the more you move, you see. Forget it. He waves it off. Why do you care about any of that? Let my people choose their path. The dead shells deserve to rest? That's true. Your tribe's becoming an outcast. Soon no merchants will want to trade with the necromancers. You know just as well as I do, this is wrong. Well, it's either the first one, the dead shells deserve to rest, they're being enslaved, because that's, like, if it's previous members of their tribe, like if tribe members are dying and then they're reanimating and in this eternal slavery, then that they need to rest. Like, I don't know how the, like, death works in this game. I'm sure it's a mystery. But if they have any form of faith, especially with the whole rites teachings, they're probably believing that they're, like, I guess the shell doesn't have the soul in it. I'm gonna go with this one. Not get too specific. You know it's wrong. I've had enough of people who do what they feel like doing, and are your wits that shallow? What I want is my tribe's safety, and the undead are dangerous. Which is why I argue with Laurentius, but this means not a thing to him. He scowls at you. What's your plan once you get to him? I don't want to do whatever's necessary to stop him. I'll talk to him. I want to learn. This is what I want. I really want to learn, because if he has a genuine, because I'm sure he's just doing what's right by his people too. Like, he's probably backed into a wall and he's desperate. Especially how they said they didn't have a strong Numa connection, so he's kind of filling the gaps. I want to learn what pushes him to do something. This may be a good first step, but then he needs some persuading, and it won't be as easy as you think. He gives you a warm look, then stands up slowly and looks at the clouds. All I can do is find a way to let you into his house, and you'll have one chance. If you can convince me you're to be trusted. Do I have anything that can convince you? I'd rather not look. Okay, we'll return to this later. I need to open the path. These wild fruits will do. 2 bunches? Okay, we still have enough for another travel. Okay, let's do it. On your way to the village, you see a girl no older than 15 walking through the tall purple grasses along with a few other youngsters. After she notices your arrival, she runs towards the road, waving to draw your attention. I stop. Can I help you? It takes her a few more moments to reach you. Her clothes are baggy, appropriately so for her age, but she's also rather scraggy for a laborer. Wait. I'm at the city. Okay. Oh, I thought I might have been in the bogs. You can't trust anything in the bogs. She carries a slingshot and a simple backpack made of creepers and twigs filled with green leaves, wild fruits, and a dead squirrel lying on the surface. Hey, well done. After your question, she gives you a curious glance. Roadwarden, parents told me. Not sure which part of it is a question. You nod in agreement. But what is it that one does, really? Hunt bounties? I mostly patrol the roads and travel between villages. Some roadwardens seek bounties, yes, but I do all sorts of things, whatever's needed. I'm not here to chat. If you have a job for me, speak. No, she's a kid, and she looks capable. You're an adventurer, then. She makes an odd displeased grimace and sneezes and smiles at you. Not really. Adventurers are paid to do jobs, but often don't follow the city laws, nor the local ones, unlike road wardens. Close enough. We don't need to get too political with her right now. She's young. She meets your eyes proudly, purses her lips, and runs back to the rest of her group. For a few breaths, you see more undead than locals. They're gathered at the well, allowing the overseers to inspect their missing limbs. I should speak with Valens. He welcomes you with hungry eyes. Any news, Warden? I know it's in the letter. He puts his hand on his forehead. You can't tell if it's a sign of relief or tension. It's a long story. The letter says one thing, but I spoke with the innkeep at the southern inn. So yes! Awesome game. Awesome. Awesome, because the letter did say something different, right? The letter was like, I fell in love and I'm gonna start a family, see you later. But instead it was, no, they went to do a job, they got hurt, they lost an arm, and they're running away from this. So the letter was to kind of save their own pride. So I'm happy I'm very happy the game allows that to change. $1! He opens and closes his mouth repeatedly, observing you in silence. That idiot. He tries to stop his tears. How could he not see this pride ate his ties? And without asking me, as if I were to throw him into the dirt, he looks towards the hut on the platform. I guess Laurentius knew my husband cannot be trusted. He always asked to be heard. Mayhap he lets out a sigh, his shaking hands offer you the reward. Now about the tablet. Here you go. I don't want it. We can sell this, I think. You know what? Take this. He pulls out a bone stylus that perfectly matches the colors of the tablet. Together, they will buy you a few meals at a trader's stall. Good luck, Warden. And to you. And to you, good sir. You notice a skinny woman with a blue headscarf. She stares at your mount like a wolf at an elk. I approach the woman, who observes Gordon. She moves away but meets your eyes and makes a smile-like grimace, then leads you behind the empty animal pen, away from the guard's ears. Her gray hair, mostly covered, is deceiving. She's no older than 30, yet her face is marked by insect bites and pustule scars. She takes confident steps even though she wears muddy foot wraps without boots and a worn, simple skirt. She squeezes the front of her scarf on her chest, shaping it into something like a short hooded cloak. A warden, I heard. She answers your nod by pursing her lips. I need you to ride somewhere for me. Maybe that girl that we talked to is like the daughter of this one. Far away from here, at the eastern road, there's an old bridge made of a single rock. She doesn't look away or even a single heartbeat. For even a single heartbeat. Her gaunt face is pale and makes her large gray eyes look as if someone took their color away. Beneath it, there's a rock, and beneath the rock, a purse with my savings. Bring it to me. Before you mention your reward, she starts to speak faster, giving the men at the gate a nervous glance. Half of what you'll find is yours. Bring me the rest. Oh, I already found it. Oops. I'd rather ask you a few questions about the village instead. How much should be there? 20 bones. If that old fool didn't try to scam me. She takes a deep breath. Half of it's more than worth the effort. Seeing the curious look of the guard, she shakes her head and leaves you to yourself as she passes. I should tell the woman about her pouch. We're an honest man here. The pouch was torn raw, and here, the only dragon bone I found. I apologize, I just wanted to mention that I'm still working on it. I could lie and give her 10 dragon bones, but I don't have that much. I don't remember this pouch. The pouch was torn and raw, and here, the only dragon bone. This doesn't seem like it's lying. But why would we give her 10 dragon bones when we could just give her 1 and the truth? I wish I could remember this. We're just gonna say the only dragon bone I found. She looks at the sky, then to the ground. For 2 heartbeats, she can't stop herself from feeling the despair in her eyes, but she then adjusts her headscarf, takes a deep breath, and moves her shoulders. I have not even a fistful of blueberries to thank you, stranger, but I'll tell the rest of the village you're a trustworthy messenger if anyone asks. Hardly anyone does around here. She hobbles away, splashing the mud with every step. I think that's good for us. I don't know if I did that right. Probably not. I guess what we could have done is give her 10, like it's more of a generous act. We just say, yeah, we found it, here's 10, good luck. And then we probably would have gotten more trust in the village. That's my guess. Go to Helvius. He meets her eyes, waiting for you to speak. I don't need to... Why would I want to tell about that? No, it's done. It's done with. We don't need to say anything there. I have some wares to sell? No. Farewell. I think we're done here. So the next area we're going to be hitting is going to have to be the old tunnel. And then we got to take on this bird. Even though we don't have the tools to do it. There's a lot of fishing spots. What time is it right now? Oh, it's a little close. It's a little close. But I think we can, probably go there at least, and then maybe we can, sleep here, or, well, we're not going to come back here. Let's do it. So this is going to take 3 hours. 6 hours before dusk. It's a little risky. 3, 4, 5. Oh, no, man. Oh, let's try it. I am worried about the total time. We have 40 days to get this stuff done. And there's 26 days left. A large shadow coming from above makes you reach for your blade, but the dragon doesn't care about a meal as humble as you. It flies toward the sea, letting out a single roar. Time to see what lies inside. Let's get the lantern. It's loot time. You place a candle on the ground, then light up with a few sparks from your tinderbox. You shove it inside the lantern, though the hole in its top, pressing into the nail. You shake it for a bit, making sure it will stay standing. The candle isn't as bright as your torch, but it's safer, will last longer, and can easily be replaced by another one. I enter. Oh, Jesus. 3 hours? It'll take 1 hour. I enter the tunnel. This might take us like 1 hour to do it. I think we're going to be just in time. The road ahead is like the one you just crossed. A human carved straight corridor supported with beams, while the other paths are curved and narrow. The only light comes from the exit, minutes away from here. I look around. The remains of prey and fruit are rotting, but get sparser the deeper you enter the tunnel. The moist walls are shining as if they're made of an ore unknown to human tribes. You observe the dried trails, the ones left by boots, lead toward both corridors. The path to your right also has marks left by hooves and wheels. Some of the fresher trails leading deeper into the tunnel resemble human souls, but deformed, lacking skin between their toes. Uh-oh. Let's start by going... Let's turn left. The air in the chamber is humid. The straw beds are covered with mold. The sagging racks are bending under their own weight, and the animal pelts on the floor release a terrible stench. Oh, I'm worried about time. But I want to search carefully to make sure we get everything. I searched the room carefully. A bone ring. Using an old walking stick, you push the furs and mattresses aside. How much time did that take? It took 30 minutes. Okay. And your gloves from touching the sticky odds in the ends by wrapping them around with a cloth. You find only one thing of value hidden in a rare, dry bowl pushed to the side of a shelf. A tiny ring made of bone, not a coin, but a piece of jewelry, still elegant, with a distinguished carving of a fish on its top and scales on its side. Maybe that's from the fishing village? I leave the chamber. I turn... Ooh, it was 1 hour, right? Okay, I turn right. The corridor is unlike the others, taller and more rounded, with claw marks on the walls. It leads you to a chamber with a ceiling supported by a single beam. There's also an abandoned cart, the fence of an animal pen, and a few long sticks and planks. You take a glance at the new exit. It leads slightly upward and looks a bit like stairs. I search the room. You find no coat catches or boxes, and the cart is empty. The one thing that draws your attention are the planks and logs themselves. They're in decent shape, flexible, though too moist to be worth carrying out of the cave. They could be turned into a new door or maybe a table. So that's kind of fresh lumber. Everything's rotted away, but that seems a little bit fresh. Okay, so this seemed to be like a place where people were surviving in here. But something went wrong. It sounds like there's undead. But, there are recent inhabitants, possibly? I climb up the stairs. But this, okay, climbing up the stairs feels like it's going to be progress. Especially because there's like new stuff being built. I think I'm going to leave and go forward. And finish this, like, this penis-shaped map. I move forward. You forge ahead for another few long minutes. No longer able to see the light from the exit. You need to stand on someone's shoulders to touch the ceiling. So far, you could ride through the tunnel without getting out of the saddle. The sound of a stream is reaching you from ahead. This time, there are no side paths. I examine the tunnel. You spend a few minutes walking back and forth here. The wooden support is denser with more beams from both on the walls and on the ceiling. The trash, on the other hand, is sparse, and you find nothing of use. The animal trails turn back to the entrance, with the exception of the human-like bony prints. Okay, so this is where the zombies went. So I don't know if I want to continue in that direction. But I'm very curious. Okay. We need to... essentially, this is probably going to lead outside. Right? And we're going to want to clear this out, and it's going to give us a fast path with Gordon, because we can just ride through it. But we have to make sure it's clear. What I'm going to do is then check out over here. We're going to head back to the crossroads. Does that take time? It does. I think we got to come back and explore this another day. I think to be safe, we got to come back. I exit the tunnel. We need to travel, and we have just enough time to get there. Yeah, it's too risky. That's too risky. We're going to get trapped in a tunnel in the dark with the horrors. I enter the tavern. I have some things I'm willing to part with. They want nothing. We got like so many juicy jumbos. What the heck? I want to buy something? The iron scraps. Oh, didn't somebody say they need metal? I'm pretty sure someone said the only thing that they have of use is like metal and stuff like that. I have some things I want to buy. Anything new? No. All right. Let's sleep. So this will give us... Oh, we don't need that, but we're going to lose a heart if we don't do it. So it's one goal. Oh, we're going to get nasty ugly. Oh, we can rent with rations as well. I think we just sleep. And we take the hit. No matter what, we're going to be losing food. So, and it doesn't really matter. This actually gives us nothing. Nothing of benefit. Okay. Ooh, the shivers wake you up. Foggy is standing by the open door, letting the dense fog in, with her back lit by a lantern. While she breathes slowly, her eyes are keenly observing the area, and after you focus, you hear the distorted shouts of roaming saurians. I stay inside, hoping there are no curses carried by the fog. Dangerous area. It's an exhausting night. Gordon keeps stepping in place or walking, taking only short naps. You can't count how many times you try to calm it down with your voice, touch, and by offering it water or a snack, but nothing helps. You close your eyes for an hour or so in the late morning, then clean up after your mount. The stench alone is disarming. Foggy turns toward you and waits for you to speak. I'd like to eat. I feel like I'm gonna get full. And then we're gonna go do this, this bird. We're here. I think now's the time to do it. We're all filled up. Okay. Let's go. I approach the foragers. I'm gonna quick save here. Just in case it goes horribly wrong. I'm not gonna save scum. But if we like die, then I may have to save scum. Because I want to finish this game. I don't want to start over from the beginning. I have everything I need. Let's hunt while it's still early. Let's go for it. Then we're going. Idiot, take care of the horse, he nods, the man with one hand. Ilan proudly puts a rope and bag on his shoulders while Svi shoves everything under his black cloak. They gather by the gate and mock their companion as they toddle towards the leg with the empty bucket. I grab whatever may be of use from my bags and leave the yard. The gentle wind is swinging the willow's twigs. 1, maybe 2 more years, and their tips will pierce the brook's surface. The statue is left to itself, with its purpose forgotten. A nice thing, isn't it? Elin thunders behind you. It's older than our home. What, you say? Chirps in Svi. Do you have such things by Hovleben on the roads? Carrying your belongings on your own is surprisingly tiring, and you make noises with every turn. We do, but they're old from before the war. Not really, the statues of humans are seen as a sign of pride. A few, but I haven't paid much attention to them. I like this, a little bit of history. It's from before the war. He makes a satisfied grin. The war has ruined everything, hasn't it? All the monuments and palaces and temples and slave owners. Poor, poor northerners. After a short chuckle, the larger man goes on. What sort of statues used to be there? All sorts of important figures. Heroes of rights, tablets, local champions, famous adventurers. People pay sculptors to honor themselves, to make themselves remembered after their passing. They mark places of importance or spots where an important event has happened. I like that one. They don't portray actual people, more so like honoring the events. Elin nods. Stories over people, eh? That's what you get when you base prayers and gods on old tablets. Some of the southern tribes do the very same. The absent eyes of the statue have nothing to add. So do you know who this is? The bushes are covering its legs. We could clean this place a bit. Reveal them. We should move on. I feel like we want to take care of this place. Maybe we'll get some favor from the gods. The bushes are covering that we could clean this place a bit. But what for? Let it to someone who cares. We have things to do. So do you know who this is? Nah. Elin is more focused on the fish breaking through the surface of the lake. It's old and the woman is a stranger. I heard no stories of it. My mom could. We should move on. Alright, let's not linger, says Elin as he walks down the road. We move. I wonder if there's something I could have had or done in that moment if I had the right objects. The valley seems especially peaceful today. A couple of lizards are resting on the rocks, basking with no worries. Elin points east to the large bird at the edge of the horizon, which freezes in the middle of a step and turns its orange head in your direction. See? Time to get ready. What's the plan? Well, avoid the beak and the legs and the trample. He pauses, inspecting the loop at the end of his rope. And don't hurt it if you don't have to. We don't want it to be a bother. Savi gently drops his belongings to the middle of the road and jumps in place, rhythmically breathing. After he takes off his black cloak, he reveals a set of fancy clothes made of black leather. Clothes of a sneaky adventurer. It charges like a moron. Be nimble, that's all. 1 or 2 ropes on the neck and we're halfway home. But don't let it pass you by, eh? I'll stay alive and you'll do the rest. Should I also take a rope? I can throw it at the bird and pull once it gets behind me. I pat my crossbow and nod toward the shorter guy. How about you play the bait? I'll keep aiming, and if things go wrong, I'll put the bird down before it hurts anyone. I like that because it's kind of like a safety. Let's see about a rope. Or do we just trust them? Ooh. I'll stay alive and you do the rest. This is asking them. So if they think it's a good idea, then maybe it could work. Because we have a rope in our bag. I don't know, friends. The roping isn't easy. Don't be too reckless. We don't have magic on our hands, and we can't buy another Roadwarden as his companion, so don't make this a bad trade for us. I'll wait for them to get to the sides of the valley, then approach the bird. Ooh, it's taller than Gordon. With wide breast and long... It's taller than Gordon. Let me try that again. With wide breast and long, thick, partially feathered legs that could easily trample your chest. Its thighs are thick and powerful. Oh my. The pointy beak could swallow your entire forearm. Your steps are getting slower. I look around nervously. Are the foragers in position? I need to calm myself down. I focus on my breath. I try to speak confidently. How's it going? Can you just maybe wait patiently in place so my companions can nicely tie you up? Once you get to the pen with us, you'll have all the rats and pigeons you can eat. I beat my chest with a fist and let out a shout. I won't die to some stupid bird. Oh no, this is what Reginald Stoutworthy would do, but we're not going to do that. Let's go to the archives. Not here. The journal. Bestiary. What is this thing called? Is this a pebbler? They can be as big as a house and maybe just as heavy from time to time. Pebblers look for some unusual taste, like meat or honey, which can encourage them to bother human settlements. What they get you suspicious about it? Oh, wait. Okay, let me make sure that this is a pebbler. What are we doing here? Recruiter, hunter, running, negative matchmaking, healing, Glock's band, Isis wand, fallen tree, bird hunting. For a runner, okay. Oh, that could have been nasty. Runners. But there's not many of them left. Like all birds, they move on two legs and their wings are short. If anyone guesses, birds. The travelers often encounter these creatures near the roads, but they also do well in the woods. Their beaks are as large as humans' head, and their strong necks allows them to easily get through their prey. Their strong necks? We're trying to rope their neck? Oh, God. An unarmed soul would never be able to hurt one of them, but blades, especially those made of steel, pierce them easily. So we can fight it with our axe. I think at this point, we want to calm ourselves down. It's going to sense our fear. We do not want to show fear. You put your right hand on your chest, noticing it's rising and falling as the air moves through your nose. You can't take your eyes away from the creature's overwhelming posture, but as your breath remains deep and slow, you don't feel afraid, just ready to defend yourself. Soon, the bird is surrounded by your group, and the pond behind it blocks its path of escape. Once it realizes that, it speeds up, charging in your direction. I take a good look at the monster. It's tall, wide, with a massive head. Its feathers are torn by the wind. They are vividly brown, white, and creamy, longer than your handspan, coating the creature like a cape. Its steps are heavy and deliberate. The neck, as long as a limb, keeps moving around, sometimes staring at you with but a single black pupil surrounding by deep orange. If the neck is constantly moving around, we gotta make sure the neck is stable. The light gray beak resembles the leaves of the local plants. The tip is curved, pointy, and in no way smooth. It carries dozens of grooves, maybe a sign of an old age, or maybe a trace of hundreds of hunts. So this thing has, it's worthy. It's a worthy opponent. You know, people have tried to catch it. It knows what to do. We cannot underestimate this. I try to find this sweet spot. It's just a huge duck. It's a respectable opponent. We respect it. We respect it. I may be forced to kill it. It waits no more. It raises its head and makes a long, piercing screech, which fills up the entire valley. The feathers on its neck are shaking, but also waving, moved by the muscles. It then flaps its wings and lunges forward, still shouting, charging at you with full force. I hold my ground, make a quick dodge, then grapple the bird. I can't win. Once it charges at me, I roll away, giving it a chance to run away. I don't think we can beat this. This thing knows what it's doing. But I want to give it a shot. Okay, they said to stay nimble. I think we keep the distance and dodge when necessary. We're not going to try to rope it. We got to trust these guys. We keep it on us. So stay distant, dodge when we need to, and trust that they're going to get it. We're going to stay nimble and stay one step ahead. The giant feet are pounding the ground, with every leaf scuffing up clouds and leaves of sand. It lowers its like pointing at you with like one would a spear. You do your best to find balance between running to safety, jumping away from the beak, and staying close to hold the bird's attention. Its reflexes are so quick that you can't imagine doing all this while also trying to strike it back. Good, so if we tried to fight it, we would have taken a lot of damage. Yet the creature doesn't find a way to land a hit and observes you with respect. It turns around, but stops in place when it sees your companions and looks at you again, preparing for the next charge. Do we grapple it now? It respects us. No, we're gonna keep the distance and dodge. It's respecting us. It's understanding we're not there to kill it. I think we're communicating with it. If I grapple it, it's going to think it's an act of aggression. We are gonna keep doing it, and we're not gonna attack. And then hopefully he will see that we're just trying to help it, maybe, but we're not really trying to help it, are we? I keep my distance and dodge when necessary. You do your best to find balance between running safe, jumping away from the beak, and staying close to hold the bird's attention. Finally, the beast lands a hit. Your gamison does its job and protects your flesh. Though in pain, you manage to leap away, then wait for another charge. Oh no, is this trying to tell us that we can't keep doing this?
What are these guys doing? Rope it, for crying out loud. But I think I feel like we got to keep doing this. It knows it's surrounded. Oh, I'm going to regret this, aren't I? I think I'm going to do it one more time. And if it screws us, we go for the grapple. Finally, you're lucky. The creature doesn't find a way to land a hit and observes you with respect. It turns around, but stops in place when it sees a crane. It looks at you. It's on a loop. It's on a loop. And they're not doing anything. How are we supposed to grapple the bird? This is going to be really hard, but I think now that we're in a state of where it's kind of respectful. Maybe I should try to rope it. Its head's moving all over the place. We're going to grapple it. We got to keep the head sturdy. We got to keep the head still. This is going to hurt. Oh. You wait to duck at the very last moment. You try to catch the beast from the side, but it has enough time to peck your shoulder. Your gambeson does its job and protects your flesh. Though in pain, you press your shell against the monster's wing, trying to avoid its legs. The runner, as confused as you are, makes an angry screech and tries to shake you off. The feathers are scratching your cheeks and getting in your mouth. Once the bird gets rid of you, it runs east, not aware that it only helps your companions. That's when the loop lands on its neck. Tightening quickly, and Svi shouts cheerfully, "Let's go!" The bird remains silent, maybe already out of breath, but then it dashes forward so fast you can't help but step back. Either it doesn't understand the danger involved in moving its situation, or doesn't care about it. It runs forward trying to flee. It makes 5 jumps. You hear it swear. Without looking at him, you know that he let go of the rope. I need to stop the bird before it gets away. I grab the loose rope and pull with all my strength. I try to catch it. I have to block its path. I hope I won't get trampled to death. I have to shoot it with a crossbow. It's my only chance. Better dead than gone. I don't want to kill it. I think this is what we're going to do. The beast is under control. I am. I gather all my strength and stand in its way. I don't know about standing in its way. Like, this doesn't say about it's going to trample, but standing in its way? I need to stop the bird before it runs away. I grab the loose rope and pull with all my strength. Maybe this is going to break its neck. Okay, you dash forward, barely reaching the pull rope, and then start to roll it with both hands. You plant your feet in a convenient rock, then pull, felling the bird on its side, but its strength and weight knocks you down as well. It tries to get up, but you keep pulling, fighting against its muscular neck and legs. Alien comes to the rescue. It's now 2 against 1, and the beast can't make as much as a step. After Zvi ropes it with it in the loop, the battle is over. The bird staggers, trying to keep its head straight, until exhausted falls on the ground. We took a lot of armor hits. But overall, a success. The bird tries to keep finding a way. It's not done yet. But with a little luck, once it regains a bit of strength, it charges at you, but after just 2 leaps, it gets stopped by the second rope. It regains its voice, screeching at its tormentors, but there's something more hidden behind its previous threats and anger, maybe pain, maybe contempt. "A damn good job," thunders Ilan. He starts to laugh. "You were jumping around like a monkey. You have some legs." "Shag me, I missed my throw with the rope," asks Svi loudly, grasping for breath after a long run. Though he keeps smiling with pride, at least the second try worked out. The bird is damn ours, and that's all that matters, eh? I nod at our prey. We should go. If anything tries to get us, we'll struggle to keep the bird on the rope. Good teamwork. Though I'm pretty sure, like, I had to dodge a couple times. I lost a couple armor hits because of these bastards not doing their jobs. Ah, you deserve your coin. But doesn't pull out any dragons. Let's move on. The sooner we get back, the better. The other forger lets you know that he's ready. The runner is still far away, held on the taut rope. I gather my belongings and lead the men north, chit-chatting about our hunt. Oh... Now, I'm really concerned about our armor. That was like our backup. Every few minutes, the runner tries to get away, and even though it's exhausted, you have to move slowly, paying attention to its steps. The foragers seem to know what they're doing, and at no point you feel threatened by the creature. You keep looking around, but the other beasts seem to stay away. At one point, you notice the blue wolf among the shorter grasses, but it only observes you in silence, standing on all paws as if it's ready to run away. Your anxious companions fall quiet, but you keep moving forward. In the middle of your journey, you think about Gordon. During your stroll, everything seems taller, and the creatures you pass by feel more real, as if they are no longer just shadows for you to leave behind.
I feel vulnerable, as if I'm inviting predators to chase after me. What matters even more is that I don't have most of my stuff. I'm unprepared for any threats. It would be a welcome rest from the sounds of the hooves, but the bird's feet are scratching the ground in an even more annoying way. I definitely feel vulnerable without Gordon. Absolutely. We need him. He's our boy. Oh, baby, we're rich. We're rich. Foggy observes you from the top of the stairs with a hand resting on his shoulder. Well done, dear. She grins at the sight of the runner. Tether her close to the water, love. She looks at you. Be nice and head to Creek's today or tomorrow, will you? Tell Ephraim we're coming, and to give you a bone for the message. She glances at the man with one hand as she scowls at the beast. Before she enters the door, she smiles at her son. Once you're done, wash your hands and come for dinner. Tell me everything. Tethering the creature to a beam takes you a minute. Takes you a few minutes. Ilan's gasping for air, leaning on his knees, and while Savi keeps his posture straight, his red face betrays him. Well, says the tall man, I have your dragons here. Thanks for your work, friend. The ring-shaped bones are covered in his sweat. Gordon is napping. Awesome. Awesome. I don't think we need to buy or anything like that. And nothing left here. I was asked to take the news about the caught bird to Creeks. That's perfect, because we're going to be going up in that direction everyway, so I'm really happy we did this before we headed up. Simply marvelous. I think this is a perfect place to stop. In the next episode, we're going to explore this cave. I really want to explore this cave, and then we got to head up to the creeks, which is somewhere over here, the little fishing village. And then after that, I think we have to slowly make our way back down here, deliver news about her parents to, Eudocia, I think her name is? I don't know if we're ready to go this way, but we know there's dangers over here. Just like over here, there's like dangers over this way. I think both these paths may lead to the center, which I'm assuming is the climax of the story. Or at least something very important where the old Roadwarden probably ventured into to try and stop whatever was going on. Maybe it's related to the Numa. Who knows? But as always, thank you for enjoying this journey with me. Until the next one, enjoy whatever you enjoy doing. We'll see you next time. Get out of here.